So if you know me, you know that I live for a sleek back hairstyle. It's something that I just like. I always have my hair to the back. I don't like my hair to my face. And obviously, you know that Masodi has launched the new Strong and Long Hold Prostyler Gel. And I'm going to show you how I get my it's not moving kind of like hairstyle where it's super, super sleek. First and foremost, I just wanted to show you my hair. My hair is a fairly softish kind of afro, really high porosity, so it takes water really well and takes product really well. So once I wet it up, it just makes it super easy to feel like it softens up even more. So take that caveat. I've put in so much water on it, and I've also used my fingers to work the water into the hair. And you'll see what happens when I do this. Because it's so wet, it's almost able to go flattish on its own. And the reason I prefer this personally is because by the time I come with the gel, I'm not only relying on the gel to flatten the hair. The hair already is wet enough, it's able to flatten it up on its own, so the gel just comes in to sleek it up. Now we go in with the gel. I always like to come in with I always like to start by coming in with a hard brush, because this is able to almost like untangle my hair before I come in with the gel, but also even during the gelling process. I actually forgot my favorite brush at home, but we're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. So you'll see when I do follow the brushing process, I always brush it in the direction that I'm gonna be laying my hair in. That just makes things easier down the line. Now I come in with the gel and I take enough of it. For some people, they wanna start at the back, part your hair at the back, do a little half segment, and then come in with the gel, tie it, and then work it all the way to the front. For me personally, it doesn't matter. Even when I start from the front, it's fine, especially because my hair is so super wet and almost sleeked out already. So I'll do this. Oh, look, I almost forgot. I almost forgot, you guys. So actually, before I do my sleeking of the edges, I always come in with a hairline fortifying serum and root stimulating serum, because I always keep my sleek hairstyle for about a week on end, and then I just keep doing another wash day and then washing it off. So this girl, because of the tension, helps protect my hairline, thicken it, but also gives me nice edges. And then the root stimulating serum, I use it across the rest of my scalp. So what I typically do, I just take the root stimulating serum, drop it on my hand, dip my fingers in, and then massage. Repeat process, massage. This stimulates hair growth for me, but also just keeps my scalp nourished throughout the sleeking, because I'm essentially not putting anything else for the rest of the week on my hair or my scalp. So this is nice. And then the hairline serum, I also then use it on just drop it on my hairline. Oh, and then I massage. So if I was to give you a quick tip while we're doing this, it would be to actually just do this process straight after washing your hair, because I end up, when I'm using the spray bottle with water, I just end up drenching with so much water, it ends up taking longer. So think of this as something you want to do after literally washing your hair, and your hair is just only dry patted or towel patted, and it's almost all wet. It just makes it super, super easy. Super, super easy. And also because the gel is super thick, you don't want to feel like you're using a lot. I promise you, if your hair has enough water in it, a little goes a long way. So now I just keep reapplying the gel and feeling almost like my hair out. Reapply just the gel and feel your hair out. And then you start actually then tying it towards the back. And you'll see it starts to take shape. See, literally by the third time you're doing this process, you're starting to feel like the beginning of the sleeking is happening, which I really like. And now that the hair has taken some sort of shape, I then start actually just using my hands to put pressure on it to lay it a bit more. And then you'll see it's not fully even. While I'm tying it at the back or just holding my head at the back, then I start sleeking it in. And this is just to make sure all parts are even and equally flattened. So this is a part of the process where you need to feel your hair out, right? I can feel that my hair is sort of like well sleeked, but it needs more gel. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna tie it at the back just to keep the shape and the sleek. And then do my final sort of like gel application before I come in with a head wrap. This is like the final sleeking. Ooh. Look at that. Now it's coming into shape. It's becoming the sleek that you know, that you would have seen. Another layer. So it's like multiple applications of very thin layers. Don't put in too much all at the same time because you want to be able to feel it out and see if it's really working. And then at this stage I come in with a thin brush, but a thin hard brush, because then it's just going to, look at that. It's going to come and help with the shaping, but also with the more sleeking. I think my line is skew, but I'll fix that, don't worry. Look at that. So spend more time just flattening, so that by the time you've got your head wrap on, you're good. So we're fairly well sleeked at this point. I just need to fix my line, so I'm gonna untie my hair. But also I would have still untied it even if I didn't need to fix my line, because this is the part where now that it's fully sleeked, I need to hold everything, final sleek, hold everything back together. So this is, in my view, about half the job. Making sure that you brush well and patiently. Use your hands to really just keep flattening. Use the brush to shape it how you want it to be shaped. Cool. So now I'm happy with the sleeking. I am going to come in with my hair tie. And this is another important step. Tie it as tightly as you feel comfortable. I go super tight at the beginning. And then what I do once I'm done drying it off, I just come in at the back and sort of like loosen it up so that it doesn't eat my hair at the back. At this point, if you want to do a bun, you can do a bun at the back. If you want to put in a ponytail, you can put in a ponytail. So I'm just going to do it in a bun, and then I'm going to attach a ponytail when I'm done. And this is also the point at which I do my final steps. With my final steps, I come in with a super soft brush. I know it looks a bit big, but it's really, really soft. And then I do my edges and I do the final shaping of the hair. But also the soft brush is just so that it comes to super, super soften it up a bit more. So take more of the gel. Put it on your edges. So, you get the vibe. You get the vibe. You get the vibe. Literally, this is what I spent the last few minutes of this process doing. Just with my hands, a little bit of gel, very, very little, just doing the final. If you're not happy with how sleek it looks before you put on your head wrap, then don't put on the head wrap. This is what I prefer it to look like, super, super sleek. So even before I put on a head wrap, my edges are laid. I'm super happy with how they look. You know, the hair itself is laid. When I put on the doek, it's just going to be there to really seal the process and help in the drying process. And I'll show you, there's also a trick to how you put on the doek, because I know the girlies are gonna have me for this one. Because, oh, my hair didn't come out the way I thought it was gonna come out. Let me show you how to put in a doek. There's ways. Levels. Firstly, I love a silk doek. It's just literally that one doek that I got from my mom many, many years ago and I've been using. But silk is easier to work with and doesn't drink up too much of the water too quickly and leave my hair just feeling dry and crusty. So I prefer silk. I'll come in and make sure that it's big enough to cover my whole head. I'll come in, I'll put it on, make sure it covers my forehead because silk moves backwards on your forehead. So you wanna make sure all your hair is covered. At the back, I don't know if you can see, make sure this little tail is there. And here's why. You want to be able to pull it so that it continues to flatten the rest of the head. And I think that's the thing that you won't get from a durag, or you won't get from sort of like these heaped or shaped dukes that we get, which can be, you know, really nice for other purposes. But if you want to sleek it, I'll tie my duke, then I'll pull at the back so that the rest of the head is evenly sort of like stretched. I'll tie it really hard initially, and then once I'm comfortable, I'll come in and I'll loosen it up to my comfort. So I'll tie it like this, and then I'll start pulling to loosen, but then I'll continue pulling the back so that the rest of the head is almost even. And here's trick number 2. Trick number 2 is, because you start here and a lot of the duke pressure is here, what you typically find is that once you take off the duke after like 20 minutes and your hair has dried, you might feel like it's not evenly sleeked, like towards the back it's not sleeked enough. So after 5 minutes or so, what I like to come in and do is come and move this strap towards the middle so that it also gets an opportunity to sleek this part, right? Tie it here and then sit a little bit. Over time, just keep moving it towards the back until it is here. That way, you can even start there actually if you want. You can even start there at the back and then you tie it here. That way, this part has pressure, but also this part always has pressure because that's where the duke mostly, the edges are. So that's the trick I give to you. So for me, I'm gonna actually just start it in the middle like this. Well, middle towards the back really. Yeah, so for me, I like to start it here at the back because the front already has a bit of pressure, so it'll be fine. I'm putting this at the back and then moving it along to create different pressure points or to create pressure at different points means that my hair is evenly sleeked. I like that. So this is literally done. What ideally I would do, I would wait in this, you know, to let this dry for about 20-30 minutes, but I prefer personally to do this at night when I sleep. Then I just go to sleep and then I wake up and my hair is sleeked. On a day where maybe I'm rushing somewhere or I just really don't have the patience to sit and let my hair dry, I'll come in with an overhead dryer. I know not lots of people have overhead dryers at home. That's fine. You can still get a really, really good sleek from the gel and the Duke itself. But I got mine from Take A Lot. I'll show you what it looks like while I use it. So I'm gonna show you two processes. One is, of course, this is the end of the first process, which is you can just do a Duke and let it go. And then the second one is you can choose to sit under the overhead dryer. And when you sit under the overhead dryer, I suggest you still put on a Duke because it's still gonna help maintain, you know, the sleekness and avoid any flyaways. Because the dryer has a bit of air, right? It's gonna, you know, blow it a little bit, so you might feel like it blows some of the hair off. So yeah, let's go under the dryer. So okay, I've been under the head wrap for about 30 minutes and I can feel when I touch it that it's not fully dry here, but it's okay as long as mostly around the periphery it's dry, we're good. I find that my sleek hair is not that sensitive here, so even if it's like about 60-70% dry, I'll still be good. So now for the moment of truth. And the head wrap does tend to feel a bit sticky as you're removing it sometimes. Look at that. And that's it. So you'll see, as I'm saying, over here it's still a bit soft, but it's fine. If it's laid enough, you'll be fine if it's soft. As long as it's laid here, because this is the sensitive part, then you're good. And then this is just gonna dry out naturally for me throughout the day. If you want to, or if you feel like you're starting to get a bit of flyaways here, you can keep it here longer, which is why I prefer to do this process when I go to bed. When I wake up, it's fully dry. But this is what the sleek gel gives me. Final step, I am gonna put on my ponytail. For some people, you can do your bun, you can do whatever you want, you can leave your hair in a puff, but I love me a good old ponytail, so that's what I'm gonna do. Let me do that quickly and then I'm gonna show you the final process. So, this is my ponytail. It's literally a weave that I just wash and then recycle. What I do, I just come around and then I just roll it around the little bun at the back. No pins, no nothing, no, I just roll it. So I prefer my ponytail a little not too strong because this is something, remember, I do like on a weekly basis, and sometimes in between the days of the week, I'll take it out, re-secure it again. You know, when I need to do my wash day, if I feel like it's detangled, I mean it's tangled, I'll come in with Masodi activated charcoal shampoo and deep conditioner and treat it. And then I leave this little edge. This is what I'm gonna use to then just wrap around. That's nice because it also helps me secure the ponytail even further. That way it stays in place. So this is the pot. I'm gonna roll it around. Roll it around, roll it around, roll it around. There we go. And there we go. This is the look. So obviously you can see the edges are sleeked, the hair is sleeked, the ponytail is secured, and this is as simple as it gets. So this is probably gonna last me about a week, literally. So today is Thursday, today's Thursday. By next week, Wednesday, it's going to be looking shaky. And here's the thing also, this secures your hair, but you can feel it gets softer and softer over time because obviously it's a hair gel, right? So by the 4th day, if you do want to, you can use the gel to touch up your edges. You can also use the gel to touch up the hair itself. And if you want to refresh the hairstyle without washing it, say on day 3, day 4, you can just add a little bit of water, a little bit of the gel on top, secure again with a Duke, and then it's going to get refreshed. If you sometimes you feel like you might be getting, you know, a bit of white cast, especially if you stretch it, any gel will do that. It's got nothing to do with the formulation. If you just start scratching it and patting and whatever, you might get some whiteness. If that happens, you want to refresh it with a little bit of water, run it over, almost like to clean it up. Come on top of that with a little bit more gel, secured with a head wrap, and you are good to go. Happy sleek hair.